Hey folks, thanks for joining for a post-game discussion with Nizar and Yagman. Yagman conceded. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Very sad to have you concede out of this.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Is the stream up already?
It is, yeah.
All right, I am loading the game then.
Is Sion in, I presume? Yeah. Yeah, when you're in, Yagman, if you want to hit the formal surrender, then we can see the map.
Yeah.
Very sad
Just
that this
loading.
game will not be continuing.
I
Me
know
too.
it was a fun game, but I also know that it was gonna take another 3 weeks to complete.
No, it was gonna take like this week probably.
I think if you had continued to do the Saturday, Sunday thing, you probably would have finished up this weekend or next weekend.
Yeah. Because I had some plans ready to finish the game. I had a pocket move upcoming to be able to finish the game.
I gotta say, I
I'm not sure the
highly
pocket would have
thought
worked, but yeah, we would see.
What do you think the pocket was?
I don't know what you had in mind as the pocket, but
It was gonna be because majority of his army, like I have almost perfect vision of all that he has. I can see that most of what he has was his horses. So my plan was to pull up as many camel archers as possible to dwindle down half of his army that was made of horsemen. And then the other half, I already had the rock, paper, scissors ready for it. Because my biggest issue against these siege weapons or siege tower was these horses that could just lay it down and completely destroy it. His Shotelli
hey, Sion,
was
Hey guys.
welcome.
hey. His
And
Shotelli
Nizar
was
is just
really
saying his
strong.
secret plan, not camel archers, was his plan for winning the game. So
Yes. His Shotelli is great and wonderful and really strong, but my archers definitely trump it just purely because of the 10% chance or the focus ability that gives me that 10% chance of critical. So I could dwindle them down little by little.
yeah.
I was
Anyway,
on the way to
let's
finish. Yeah, go ahead.
maybe talk about the game. Like, let's talk about this island. If you join in Discord, you should be able to see what I'm streaming, so we can see what we're talking about. And again, but first, congrats to both players. This was a really amazing game. I think Sion hardly will agree. Like, we really enjoyed watching and casting this.
Oh my god, it was incredible. It's so far arguably one of my favorite matches of the whole tournament so far. It was awesome to watch.
There's definitely something I want to. So this island, both of you scouted it relatively late. Tell me,
Yes.
maybe starting with Yagman, what were your thought processes of what with this island? And then Yagman, I definitely want to ask about this urban tile buy.
I thought I still had time to get to the island because I had the upper hand in sea control. That crabs that is on the left hand side instead of right hand side.
Yes, it's not mirrored.
That's why I was late, you know.
Yeah.
But at least in the last second, I was able to get that pass between my city and the island.
Yeah, with that very brilliant urban tile buy to grab, I think, the barley, which then grabbed a bit of the island.
Yeah. No, should have done it sooner, but I thought I had ample time.
Yeah, because there was no mirrored crabs. That's true. Solver wants to say from chat, thank the players. It was such an amazing match. Nizar, tell us about your thoughts about the island. What was your thinking here? You also scouted it somewhat late.
So at first, I didn't know there was an island. Now, eventually, I was like, I wonder if there's something over there. Like I was just looking at it. I'm like, there can't be just an empty space. There has to be something in the middle over there. When I found it at the time, I had my ballista. So I was like, this is it. This is the end of the game. Once I had that ballista, and it was what, turn 40? I knew that I had the trump card to end the game. So I was rushing as hard as I can. I was putting all of my power into getting that island, and at the same time pushing deep into his territory. Because once with that ballista, I put a zealot on it. I put something really strong on it. He can't kill it. Period. So that was the goal. Now,
I, I don't think
unlucky for
it's
me.
that
Go ahead.
strong. I'm not sure if Ballista is that big of a game changer. What do others think about that?
The ballista was very strong. I think
Sure.
it would definitely. I mean, you got. I think you got. What is it? You got compo from a free law from a random law or random science on turn 15, which was really strong. So that was some very favorable RNG there. Ballista definitely wasn't the end of the game. I think he had chariots at that point, if I remember correctly. So it definitely was pressure. I think, yeah, the island. This was actually an interesting settling location. Cyan, do you want to talk about why we're not fan of settling this far forward? Actually,
One thing, just the note on the ballista. I don't think the ballista played a big role towards the end. Once
Mm-mm.
the
It
conflict
was too
played
late.
out.
Yeah.
It was too
Was
late. It was too late, and that's why I think if you guys happen to ever go back and rewatch our casting, we basically freak out over Yagman's tile building with the build urban here because just this kind of cutoff here at Tushan that denies that landfall. Honestly, I think that's what saved the day for Yagman and
Yes.
made it so that ballista was a non-factor because it took another 10 or 20 turns before Nizar could even cross the land bridge there.
yeah.
And yes, we also freak out about where you settle the city, Nizar, just because just across the way, this never ended up happening. But both Alcaras and I were very concerned about the idea of some archers or onagers getting up on these hills, and they would have just been able to relentlessly harass Tushad with absolutely nothing you could have been able to do about it. So we would have liked to see you settle that city 2 tiles back rather than put it in completely un- unmanageable
Right.
poking range.
Right.
But it didn't pan out, so it doesn't matter. But that was a lot of those types of interplays, especially around the center island, was the thing that I think kept up the tension for Alcaraz, myself, and also the viewers of just kind of seeing how both of you would react around this map. This map was incredible. I mean, I want to play a game on this map.
absolutely. Yeah,
Hear
Nizar, I
me
think.
out.
Or go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Hear me out on why I placed it there. You are right, like he could have harassed it by archers, by onagers, and would have created a difficult time for me. But you know what would have created a bigger difficult time for me? If I settle it
Blocking
in
it
the
with a
far
unit.
back,
Yeah,
yeah, if I settle it far in the back, I
yeah,
would need a lot more
yeah.
to block it with a unit.
That's a good point, especially because even if you put a unit on that tile, that would create the same situation that I was talking about, where that now it would be a unit that would be getting poked
Yeah.
relentlessly.
Yeah.
But honestly, so that's a really great point. But that just presents for everybody the difficulty of securing a strategic point like this because you're kind of in a lose lose situation either way. If you can't make the strategy point work for you, but of course you were able to make it work all right. But yeah, no, that's a good point
Yes.
too. You would have had to put a unit in that spot, and you don't want to get a unit poked either.
Let's talk
Yes.
about the Thracians in the north. I think Nizar at the start, you sent your scout at the beginning up here. I think you may have seen
Yes.
this pass, and then you turned it around.
What are you talking about? Like the south part?
No, your initial scout move was up to the north here, and
Yes.
then you saw
And
the
he
Zab
moved all
River,
the way to the right.
and then you noticed the pass, and then you turned it around instead of clearing the Thracian site. Like, I really wonder what the game would have been like had you cleared this amazing hunter site.
The reason why I just backed out and ignored it is because it's such a closed off position that it felt to me that it would not play a big role in the game. Like it's such a great spot for hunters. It would be like around 20, 80 food, right? But that city, I didn't have ocean access. I'm sorry, sea access. I didn't have the needed logistics for it. I was losing sea battles. So to me, it was okay, sure, I could get that 80 food and it would be very nice. I could get those horses, which is around half an order to an order if I upgrade it. But in the overall long game for me, it was okay. Well, I can't build the city up. It's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's so clustered with the mountains. Um, it didn't feel like a good opportunity for me to create actual pressure on him. And the reason for that, that ballista that I got at what turn
30,
30?
turn 30, yeah.
Yeah, like my goal when I saw that ballista, I was like, okay, I'm gonna end this game right here, right now. I'm not even gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think,
then he did the herbal tile.
yeah. I think my question was more just like on turn 2, you turned around. And that was really surprising because I think you had moved
Turn
your,
two?
yeah, you moved your
Oh
first
yes,
slinger
yes,
up.
yes,
Yeah. Did you see the
yes.
pass or did you not see the pass? Or,
I saw the pass,
but then turned around.
but I turned
Okay.
around. I
Okay.
was like, okay, like it's such a strong pass. When I'm looking at this game, when I'm looking and thinking about how I play the game, I think how do I create the most pressure to the point where my opponent is strangled slowly.
Hmm.
That pass is already a strangle for me. For him to move all of his units through that pass, it's gonna be a pure headache. It's gonna be miserable for him. So why should I waste my time building a city over there when I can go for something more open that can give me a good opportunity and easier to defend?
Got it.
Speaking of free ballistas, Yagman, I'm curious, just in case it wasn't spelled out because I joined the call a little late. Yagman unfortunately has to withdraw from the tournament because of scheduling reasons, which makes total sense. The tournament's going to take a couple of months, and it's hard to anticipate where how much time you can dedicate to a game. So there's no issue with that. But how I'm curious what you're thinking right now, looking at the state of the game now that you see the full breadth of the Assyrian army before you. Where do you
Mhm.
think you stand in terms of your military capability with what Nizar is bringing at you?
Uh, so here, even before seeing the full picture, uh, the plan was to go back behind the right-hand side
Hmm.
volcano
Yeah.
and defend in Adwa, because here I cannot resupply. I have lost the control over seas, so uh, from my production center I cannot resupply the front line, right? So I was giving up. Is that Sabat? Sab something.
Sabai. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabat is over here and
Sabe.
Sabai is over here.
Yeah. I was giving up Sabe and just defending at the core. That's what I mean by the core. Yes, I don't have the sea control, but with my shotly and swords and countless horses and stuff safe behind my lines, I do not expect a sea invasion to be it's like something I have to be afraid of.
Hmm.
I can just turtle up. I have very good production, military production. I have just brought my economy to actually, prospering. It gives me space.
Yeah.
I ran out of resources at some point.
Yeah, honestly, that's why I ask because I mean, Nazar has played a strong game here, and in this last battle, the tactics definitely seemed to be favoring Nazar. There were a couple of
Yeah,
route chains we were expecting, and he was making good use of his spears. He was making good use of his, obviously, the based archers that he pointed out. But if we take a look at the overall unit compositions of both armies, there are exactly 4 spears in the Assyrian army, while there are 6 or 8 horsemen and a couple extra chariots. And in 3 years, there's going to be a swordsman coming online out of the Colosseum. And there's already, this is why I brought this up, the free ballista is actually
yeah.
way over here in a duelist in the capital. And so Alcaras and I were thinking, it's like, if that ballista could get up to this front line and pretty, quickly, these remaining spears would
Oh,
be
yes.
just
Yes,
destroyed.
that's why
And then the
I'm
other thing
broke.
is,
I
since there's
cannot
such
resupply here.
yeah. Right. No, exactly. So falling back actually might have been a good play because as Nazar kept coming in, the big issue that both of you face here, but I feel like could have ended up. This is Nizar. I mentioned in chat why I feel like you were kind of running out of time because Axum here has a science lead. It has a
Yeah.
massively strong economy, and I was just thinking the kill potential because now he has the free ballista, right? And
Yeah.
he has a swordsman. Is that like that ballista and all the horsemen? Like your primary unique unit is siege, right? So I'm just looking at like what we're seeing here, and again, it's going to come down to tactics, right? And we've seen this happen in battle before. So this doesn't necessarily mean Yagman's tossing away a win here or anything like that. He could fail on the battlefield, but like I'm just from numbers alone of what we're looking at, the kill potential on the Axumite side is so high, and I think just watching one more session of a fight between you guys would have been so fantastic to see because it's just been like Nizar was doing so well. Like Alcaras and I thought you were going to lose that battle the last time when you went in, and you stayed strong. So I don't know, seeing where this match could go is just such a wealth of possibilities. And I just wanted to say that Yagman leaving this tournament, please don't think that you did not play well. You've been very entertaining to watch. You were a couple people, on the Discord dark horse to go on and win the whole thing. A couple of us were totally after your game against Marauder and this match against Nizar. We were totally becoming Team Yagman fans. So we certainly appreciate you playing a tremendous amount.
Thank you very much. Now I can comfortably say I left my career at its height.
Absolutely, yeah. Ending on a high. There you go.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Nizar.
Yeah, so
So I
I have
wasn't.
some questions for the Godwave people.
Sure.
When Nizar's army was on my island in Sabat,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could have used my fire ship to cut him off
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just heat the army up.
Yes, we were hoping you would do that.
Okay.
Oh, it would have been
yeah.
awesome.
I was. It was not visible to me. It was going to cost like half of my orders.
It would have been
If
amazing,
it
though.
was not possible, it turns out somehow,
Yeah.
then it was too risky. If there was undo,
If there was
I
another
would
ship
have
or
gone for
something.
that.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. It would have been amazing, though, because at that, like, we had perfect vision. So had you cut off that ship, all the units would have been trapped, and you could have killed them. And he had no easy way of re-anchoring. Two turns would have been enough to kill everything there, which would have been devastating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean,
had the ships, then I can invade. I think that's where the
Yep.
game could have been over.
Definitely could have been a turning point there.
Yeah.
The problem was for me in that specific fight is that I wanted to use my hero ability, but I miscalculated,
Force
and
march,
I
yeah.
needed 50 training.
Yeah, I
50
called it
Yeah.
out.
training.
Yeah. You
It
were
was
up
I was
here.
42. I remember it was 42 training.
I was
I
so
remember the exact amount. It was that
pissed.
epic. Yeah, you were like 42, 48 training.
I was
Yeah,
so pissed
it
because
was
I was
amazing.
like, how dare you, Nizar, fuck that up? Because it would
Yeah.
have been 100% a game over there for me.
No, right. And that's why I think the fire ship play was interesting because if he did pull that off, even if you could have come back, I think that would have been such a morale hit after a mistake like that I would probably just surrender if that happened anyway.
Oh
It,
no,
it-
no, no.
yeah,
I knew that even with that, I still had my morale really high up, even with that fight, because I was like, okay, well, my composition, even though he destroyed a couple of my army, I was like, still my composition can win.
See, this
Just
is
my positioning sucked
this is why
ass.
I'm so sad that this game is not getting played out, because now everyone's
I
gonna be
know.
like, well, I could have won if I had done this, or I could have
There's
won. I'm
so
like,
much. There's
oh.
so much coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, it's really gonna go down in history, I think, as one of those games that's like, oh man, what if, right?
Yeah.
I will say though, Nizar, props to you in terms of grabbing the free Byreem because after you got the free Byreem, it still took you like another 15 to 20 turns before navigation even hit the table. And so
Yeah,
that free Byreem, even though both of you at different points in the game made mistakes where that free Byreem could have been taken off of the table and it wasn't, right?
yeah.
Um, it put in so much work for you and created so much map pressure. So that's a really good tech grab there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that free Byrim did the Lord's work over there. Just when I saw it, I was like, okay, you're gonna be my saving grace
Yeah.
for a huge invasion that I can't stop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mustered all the brain muscles I have, and somehow that Byrim did harass and guerrilla warfare that I never
Yeah.
thought I could pull off in my life.
Let's
And
talk about
Yagman, I
the.
like
Go
that
ahead.
you made use of portcullis. It was really nice. I
Yes.
think this is one of the first games of the tournament, certainly one of the ones that didn't go too long. Of course, it did turn 94, where we see a plethora of agent networks, and you have pretty much full and total map vision of the
Yeah.
Assyrian Empire, which I think is another thing that probably would have leaned the game towards Assyria long term, because apart from
You
this
mean at some?
teleporting coastal movement that Nizar has for himself, there would
Oh,
be no way to surprise Axum. He would know what you have everywhere at all times.
The economy is
Yeah,
also a huge
so
difference.
like
So
I don't have any more comments when you say, hey, when you see the whole thing, what would you have done? It's the same thing. I could see, I couldn't
Yeah.
see the north, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's really relevant. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
And I'm surprised, isn't the Spy Master a meta science strategy that is popular?
this amount of the amount of science you get from the spy master and agents, there is science, but it's not that much, and it's kind of on a dead end tech path. So a lot of folks don't go for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
obviously,
but
if you're getting
you also get
stirrups,
the,
oh,
oh no,
go ahead.
right, that's bad, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly good. It's just not often taken. But yeah, I mean, I think it used to be more popular, and then they nerfed agent yields pretty significantly.
Yeah.
So that like you can still get a good amount of science, but like for example, this maybe would have been like 20 science once back in the day, and now it's not that much. Although you can still get some decent science there.
So for that, Porticellis, to respond to you on that one and give you an idea on my line of thought. I don't know if you guys have read the notes I have on like next to my city.
I did.
On okay, on round 2 or 3, I saw something you had, and I immediately wrote in the notes, he's going the upper tech route.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, to some people, they're looking at us like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Well, sorry, is cursing allowed in this stream, or do I need to
No,
tone myself?
no.
No? Okay, no cursing.
Where I'm a
Sorry.
Twitch partner, YouTube partner, don't want to lose my monies.
Okay, sorry, no swearing. I
ten
saw it.
dollars a month. So
Sorry, I'll pay you for whatever you lost. um, Seeing it, when I saw it, some people go, okay, well, why does it matter? When you look at the science line, if
Yeah.
you went ballistas, if you went onagers, if you went for crossbowmen, you would have won with your science lead. So I knew that the bottom line was equal for each other. So I knew you did not, like you only had one onager. I knew that I had the opportunity to be able to hold the line and get onagers maybe at this, like eventually, or ballista at the same time as you. That's why
Right.
Porticellis is not ideal, because the bottom part gives you more military power than the top part.
Well, I only have one last question.
Hmm?
Because we could spend an eternity thinking about what could have happened. So, Yagman, one last question I have for you before you exit the tournament. What was the highlight for you in this game, or maybe the tournament overall?
The highlight is how hyped everyone is in the community, to be honest. It's very
Oh
nice.
yeah.
And the amount of time and organization you are putting behind, like casting every single thing. I just saw the statistics analysis page. Like everyone is all in. It was great to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, it was great to have you a part of it, man. And again, you were very entertaining. So if we ever do another multiplayer season and you're feeling up for it in the future, we would certainly welcome you back with full cheers and accolades.
Yeah, I
possibly
hope. Now I know what I am getting into next time. So let's see if it's a good time for me to get into this again.
also very happy to play a cloud game with you as well if you'd like, which is much more at your schedule and at your own pace. So it's more just a fit in a turn here or there, but would love to play cloud. with you as well,
Yeah,
if you're up for it.
that feels more manageable.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my correct path.
And
I want to talk about one thing
Please.
after
sure.
some of the
Go.
discussions from the community channel, like the Discord. It feels like people are taking the statistics a little bit too seriously and
Yes.
thinking that, well, Axiom is not maybe great. It has 0% whatever. I want to say I so strongly disagree with that I wanted to talk about it. I planned this game through Axiom, and I couldn't have asked for a better starting location with the perfect culture spot. Together with Colosseum and Heliopolis in the game. And the reason I went with Axiom with Inland Sea was a navigation rush, so that I can just control the sea from start to the end. However,
Yeah.
we don't have an inland sea. We have a bunch of inland lakes. Like the map is so crowded with land and to my surprise, Nizar got archers out of nowhere. So I was not able to just create a blockade and just kill essentially any ship that comes out as soon as it comes out. That was my plan.
Yeah.
But there, the map failed me. Otherwise, I would argue that in this map, with all the wonders in the game and with the lake, I think Axum was the correct choice as the first choice.
Definitely Patron's Cap with Too Precious, especially with Colosseum and Heliopolis available. And you do have Heliopolis 9 years away here.
I think an interesting grab would have been, because you did hit strong before Nizar. I think it would have been an interesting grab if you had gone straight for the
The
Chthon, which
Chthon,
actually ended up happening to go to Nizar in the end there, and I think that could have helped you secure your dominance. But yeah, I think you did a lot of plays
it
in
was
this
on my
game.
list,
Yeah,
but that
of
would
course,
have made me significantly delay Colosseum because I was already
sure,
hitting
100%.
Legendary.
Yeah.
That was a decision I had to make.
No,
Very.
I understand. I understand completely. And of course, the allure of a Coliseum rush is very attractive. I'm guilty of going straight for it often. And I think you did a lot of different plays here that really did highlight the strength of Axum. And yeah, I was kind of rooting for you just because you had a strong game. And felt like this was the game where we could have seen a win go on the board for the Axumites. So yeah, don't look too deeply into the statistics of the tournaments. I agree with that. Nizar, you were going to say something?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything really. Well, actually,
Oh,
yes. Anyone who says that Axum is a weak nation or look at these stats, wrong. Axum starts immediately with Spearmen. Okay, you
yep.
can immediately get it, and you can rush your opponent. Like if you went continents, honestly, with Axum, I was um destroyed. I would be demolished. The only reason I went to Syria is because they get fast access to Axemen to counter you. Otherwise, there is no real counter to Axum, in my opinion. The Shutele with the disarmed ability, it makes any unique unit that exists does not count except for Rome, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're tricky to use because they're melee, right? And so they can be easy to zone a lot of control out, but they're definitely not bad. They're powerful and they're a good faction with a good setup, I think, and very easy, very very easy for them to get 4 laws and get their unique unit out there, which would then will subsequently buff all of your other units. So yeah, I definitely think I would hope that by the end of this tournament we don't see an underrated, underappreciated view of the Axumites. And I think this is a good example of the way statistics can kind of be skewed because again, full respect to Nazar, right? Whether he wins or loses this game, if it plays out, this will be a save that we're going to take data from because I still think there's like valuable data in this game, right? But there's no real way to say if this is a conclusive, statistical loss for the Axumites. So always worth keeping that in mind when analyzing data, that there are players behind these nations, that they make mistakes. They have schedule constraints. They have different experience levels. So you have someone like Fluffy Bunny facing off against a first timer. I mean, is the stat really going to matter at that point of who picks what nation? With respect to the players who go against Fluffy. So like, there's all sorts of meta variables rather than just is Assyria better than Axum or things like that.
Well said.
Nizar, one question to you. The last thing I want to ask you is pretty much the same question. We know about your blunder outside of Sabat, the frustrating loss of your hero and that pushback. But for you, what would you say is the highlight of this match for you so far?
I don't know if you guys remember the one at the south. I'm pretty sure you might remember it. At the south, when I took my first siege tower, pushed it in,
Yeah.
attacked and killed one of the Châtelet, and then used the hero ability to pull it back.
We remember.
The
Yeah.
moment I did that, I got an immediate message. At that moment, immediate message with holy shit, that was insane. We all saw it in the chat. We were going, what is he doing? And then you saw, guys, what I did. And he was like, oh, we all went insane over it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots.
That,
Very, very entertaining. There were lots of oh shit moments in this game.
Yeah. Hopefully you can
yes.
find some time to watch the casting, because I think you'll both enjoy it, and it was really fun to cast. So
That was the most genius move I've ever done in my entire life. Just because I knew that siege unit is gonna be the turning of the game. Like it's gonna do a lot of work. So I wanted to save it, and I didn't want it to face the horseman and just get plundered and murdered. So I pulled it back. Second highlight, I know we only asked for one. Second highlight was that one free Byream that just ran Menace against
Yeah.
what, 4, 5 Byreams against it? And it was just, I kept hiding it in that pocket near Tushan, where I just kept it in the middle so he could not force anyone on it except 2 ships, and I would just keep it healed, like I was like, oh, good
Yeah.
luck trying to kill it.
yeah,
Awesome.
definitely watch some of the casting.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I think I'm good for questions. How about you, Alcaraz?
Oh,
Yeah, likewise.
one more thing. He
Okay.
did have the ability to actually, because he had a fire ship.
Yeah.
Yagman, if you took that fire ship, pushed it out of that corner of that push,
Yep.
there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
That ship would have been gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
know
would've
that
sucked.
I was talking about. That was invisible to me, and I couldn't afford the risk of that being inaccessible,
Yep. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Didn't have great vision, and like it's a lot easier to see from the casting view where you see full vision. Amazing. Really want to thank both players. Good luck, Nizar, in the rest of your tournament. Looking forward to playing against you. Yagman's so sad that you are out. Really hope.
All of you on the top bracket.
Yeah. So
Alcaraz, it's not gonna be fun playing against you.
I think it'll be fun.
Not as much as I had with Yagman, because we had banter. It was, like equivalent. There was tension. I'm not sure about facing you, man. But they say
It'll
a
be
battle
fun.
is lost if
You're a
the
tenacious player. I'm sure it'll be fun. So.
yeah.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you both. Thanks so much, Yagman, for giving some incredible, memorable performances. Very sad that you're leaving the tournament. Totally understand. Thank you also for the hours and hours that you poured into the matches. Really appreciate it.
Happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.